I've been a missionary since 2017. I've been to other African countries, but it's my first time in Nigeria. So thank you for welcoming me. I'm a teacher from the Fivefold Ministry. I do have schools in America. I have schools in Africa. Feeding programs in Africa. Housing units. Out of everything that I am, the best thing is that I'm a servant of Jesus Christ. So today I'm going to teach you guys about trauma. Tomorrow we'll learn about mental health. The next day we'll learn about triggers. Triggers. And then we'll wrap it up with a presentation on what it is to be a good teacher or a leader. My class is different. It's interactive. We'll talk to each other. Okay? I'm going to give you this packet, but I need you to bring it back every day. Okay? Or you can leave it here, so that way it's here, and then you get it back when you come back. Yes, just leave it here. Okay? Oh.
Look for nítorí ẹnikẹ́ni tí a fún ní púpọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ rẹ̀ ni a ó pè béèrè púpọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ ẹni tí a bá fi púpọ̀ sí lọ́dọ̀ rẹ̀ ni a ó pè béèrè sí.
Amen. So yesterday I asked the question, what is trauma? If you knew what trauma was. And some of you guys say yes. Did you know that there's 3 types of trauma? Did you know? Talk back to me. No? Okay. So, I'm going to start reading from here, okay? Trauma is when we experience very stressful, frightening, or distressing events that are difficult to cope with or out of our control. It can be one incident or an ongoing event that happens over a long period of time. Most of us will experience an event in our lives that could be considered traumatic, but we won't all be affected the same way. Trauma can happen at any age, and it can affect us at any time, including a long time after an event has happened.
Tàbí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ayé wa tí ó kọjá agbára wa we want all àfọ̀nbáyé gbogbo wa sì ní kéṣerú rírí orúkọ kankan náà là ń ní ó lè jẹ́ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ láwọn ọjọ́ orí kan bàtà láwọn ọjọ́ orí kan tó sì ti kó bá ìgbésí ayé wa.
There are 3 types of trauma:
irú rẹ̀ mẹ́ta ló wà.
acute, chronic, and complex.
Ètò ṣẹlẹ̀ ní pàjáwìrì, èyí tí à ń bá gbé ti pẹ́ tàbí ètò tí ẹ̀ lójú pátápátá.
Acute trauma results from one incident happening.
Èyí tí a pè ní pàjáwìrì ó lè jẹ́ pé torí kankan péré tó ṣẹlẹ̀.
Chronic trauma is repeated and prolonged.
Èkejì rẹ̀ ó máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lóòrèkóòrè sì máa ń pẹ́.
Such as domestic violence or abuse.
Ó lè jẹ́ ti àṣìlò nínú ìdílé tàbí ká lo ipá lórí ẹni.
Physical abuse.
Ó lè jẹ́ ti ká fojú rí nítara.
And mental abuse.
Tàbí nínú èrò.
Complex trauma is exposure to vary of multiple traumatic events, even of an invasive interpersonal nature.
Ipa wa ni ó le jù tó lè dojú òun ni èyí tí ó jẹ́ onírúurú ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó àlàkọjá lóríṣiríṣi ọ̀nà tí gbogbo ẹ̀ òfin yé wa mú.
So if you're wondering why you're in this class, is because 1, God has set you apart, and we all have some type of trauma that we need to get over. It's not by accident that you're here.
Tí ẹ bá wà níbi tá a bára wa ní abẹ́dánilẹ́kọ̀ọ́ yìí, akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ pé ọ̀pọ̀ wa náà ta wà ń bí láti la oríṣiríṣi àwọn nǹkan kọjá, so kìí ṣe nǹkan tí ò yẹ láti pa wà ń bí nǹkan kan lóluwà fẹ́ ká kọ́.
Dealing with trauma, you also have to unlearn, as our sis said, a lot of your systems and a lot of things that has taken place over your life.
Nípa ọ̀rọ̀ ìgbòrúwọ̀ ọkàn yìí, yóò di dandan fún wa láti gbàgbé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wa tá a ti kọ́ ká ṣe àtúnkọ́ wọn ká lè bá lè kọ́ ni.
Okay. Okay. Does anyone want to give an example of what an acute trauma would be?
Mo fẹ́ sọ àpẹẹrẹ ohun tí ìgbòrúwọ̀ ọkàn pàjáwìrì lè jẹ́ fún wa.
Anyone? A single
Sẹ́nìkan wà
incident.
tó lè sọ fún wa.
You're going to talk to me.
Mo fẹ́ ká jọ máa sọ ní sẹ́nìkan wà tó lè sọ fún wa. Ìgbòrúwọ̀ ọkàn.
When he ministered to us, he was saying that he was once involved in an accident and he was the only one that came out of it. So I feel like that experience can leave a kind of traumatic feeling in his heart, and time to time it could be threatening him.
Wọ́n sọ fún wa wípé lẹ́ẹ̀kan tí olúwaṣù bá wa sọ, wọ́n sọ wípé àbúrò kan wà táwọn ní ìjàmbá, wípé àwọn nìkan péré làwọn mórí bọ́, pé irú ìrírí bẹ́ẹ̀ tó lè dá ìpolówó ọkàn sínú ayé èèyàn tí wọ́n farahàn lóòrèkóòrè.
For instance, a one-time trauma could be I smacked my friend. I wouldn't smack her, but one-time trauma.
Okay, irú rẹ̀ lè jẹ́ pé bóyá mo lu arábìnrin mi yìí lákòókò kan.
I apologize. It never happens again.
Mo sì tọrọ àforíjì, kò lè ṣẹlẹ̀ mọ́.
A chronic thing is when it happens and you know that is happening.
Ó jẹ́ èyí tó ṣẹlẹ̀ tẹ́yìn kan sì mọ̀ lè ń ṣẹlẹ̀.
You understand? So they do have domestic violence as abuse.
Àṣìlò nínú ìdílé ó máa ń sábà ṣẹlẹ̀ àwọn tó agbára lórí èèyàn.
But let's think about the church for a moment.
Ẹ wá jẹ́ ronú lórí ìjọ fún bàjẹ́.
Can anybody tell me the type of abuses that may happen in the church that happens over and over and over again?
Ǹjẹ́ nìkan lè sọ fún mi irú àwọn àṣìlò èèyàn tó máa ń sábà ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú ìjọ tó sì ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lóòrèkóòrè?
A very good and typical example is in the church. We have calibers of people that come to the church. There you can see people looking down on a particular person. Then the next Sunday, you see the same set of people looking down, passing this. Maybe we have it very common here. You see people gossiping about the person that, look at that the person, look at the shoes, look at the dress he or she is putting on. So this is kind of a very good, or let's say a very good example of
Yes.
that. It happens often in the church.
Yes. Amen. It does. Do you know that? I'm sorry, go ahead.
irú rẹ̀ ní ilé nínú ìjọ kárí irú àwọn èèyàn kan tí a ti kà fún àwọn èèyàn kan pàtàkì tó jẹ́ pé bọ́n ṣe ń múra wá bọ́n ṣe ń ṣe ìṣesí wọn nínú ìjọ ó ìṣesí káwọn kan wá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ wọn lẹ́yìn pé ṣọ́n wo lágbájá aṣọ tó wọ̀ bàtà tó wọ̀ irú àwọn kan báyìí ó lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí í fa ìgbòrúurú ọkàn sínú ayé àwọn kan.
This is going to be tough.
ilé ìwà lè díẹ̀ rẹ̀.
But remember, we're here to unlearn some things.
torí náà àfi ká tún àwọn nǹkan kan kọ́.
Prosperity preaching is also a form of trauma.
Now, ìwàásù
Amen.
ọ̀rọ̀ àti àsìkí gan fúnra rẹ̀ ara àwọn ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ìpolówó ọkàn ni.
Worshiping your pastor instead of God is another form of trauma.
a máa sin olùṣọ́ àgùntàn yàtọ̀ sí Ọlọ́run ara ìpolówó ọkàn ni.
Stealing from the church is another form of trauma.
Jíjà olè nínú ìjọ ara rẹ̀ náà ni.
These are all things that lead up to this complex trauma.
Irú àwọn nǹkan wọ̀nyí ló máa ń lọ tó máa ń ṣokùnfà ètò le jù tá a wí.
You see, the things that
Tá a máa ń sábà
that
sí
we're commissioned to do
tàbí tá a ti yàn wá láti máa ṣe.
from Luke 12:48
Láti inú ìwé Lúùkù orí kejìlá ẹsẹ̀ kejìdínláàádọ́ta
are biblical principles,
nínú àwọn ìlànà àgbékalẹ̀ Bíbélì.
not earthly principles. Earthly,
Kìí
worldly,
ṣe ti ayé, kìí ṣe àwọn àgbékalẹ̀ táyé.
right? So the world would just say is domestic violence.
Níta sọ ní ìsìn ó jẹ́ àwọn ètò náà sábà ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú ilé.
But abuse come in many forms,
Ṣùgbọ́n oríṣiríṣi ọ̀nà làṣìlò yẹn mú ń gbà wá.
okay? We can't keep abusing each other in the church.
A lè tẹ̀síwájú láti máa ṣe ara wa lò nínú
Let's talk to me.
ìjọba fẹ́ bá mi sọ̀rọ̀.
Have anyone ever been in abusive or know someone? No, you don't have to tell your personal. Have you know someone that has been abused in the church?
Sáà tí ẹnìkan kan tá a sì lò ní ìjọ tá a bá mọ ẹnìkan nínú ẹ̀ ti ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ẹni wò láti dárúkọ ẹni bẹ́ẹ̀.
I was one of them. I was one.
Ní ọ̀kan.
My pastor took advantage, full advantage of me and my children in the church for 11 years. My pastor took abused me and my kids for 11 years. Yeah.
Olùṣọ́ àgùntàn mi wọ́n lo àwọn àǹfààní tí òun ò lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ sí lórí mi àtàwọn ọmọ mi fún ọdún mọ́kànlá.
That leaves a bad spot or a bad taste in the heart of people who serve the Lord.
Eléyìí wá fi nǹkan tí ò dá sọ́kàn àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n ń sin Ọlọ́run.
So you're probably thinking, how did you get to that point of being abused?
Wọ́n lè máa rò pé báwo lẹ́yìn náà ṣe bá débi pé à ń sì nílò.
A lot of pastors do things in the name of Jesus.
Ọ̀pọ̀ olùṣọ́ àgùntàn ní sí nǹkan tán lórúkọ Jésù.
And they want you to feel, they do things out of like desperation.
Àwọn fẹ́ kó rò pé àwọn ṣe nítorí ìtara ni.
And it makes you feel bad, like you're not serving God right.
Wọ́n á fẹ́ kẹ́ máa rò pé ẹ̀yin ò sẹ́nà dáadáa tó.
And it hurts you as a person.
Wọ́n wá ń pa á là gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹnìkan.
When that happened to me,
Bàtẹ́lẹ̀ ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ sí mi.
I left the church
Mo fi lọ́lẹ̀.
and I started missionary
Mo á bẹ̀rẹ̀ ti ṣe ìyànjiyàn rẹ̀ káàkiri.
because I was so hurt. I didn't want to serve a pastor or a church.
Ní ìlú Bàdúrà débi pé
When you say things as leaders, as pastors, when you say these simple words, it's so simple. Jesus said, or Jesus told me.
Tí o bá wá sọ̀rọ̀ kan gẹ́gẹ́ bí olùṣọ́ àgùntàn, yálà ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn lè rọrùn o máa sọ bí ọ̀rọ̀ ara rẹ tàbí kó sọ pé Jésù sọ báyìí tàbí sọ fún mi.
And Jesus didn't say it?
Tí Jésù ò lè sọ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Right? That's how you start to abuse your congregation.
Ìgbà yìí la bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí àwọn ìjọ wa lò.
When you're abused with trauma,
Bàtẹ́ bá ń ṣe àwọn èèyàn lò pẹ̀lú
trauma
ìgbàgbọ́.
is the hardest thing. The hardest thing to overcome.
Nítorí wọn kàn yìí, ó jẹ́ nǹkan tó lágbára tó le jù láti lè rí.
Just remember that.
Ẹ̀sìn lè sọ̀tàn.
Because trauma never goes away.
Torí pé kì í sá kì í lọ kúrò lọ́kàn.
Look on your paper. It says, does trauma ever go away?
Ẹ̀wọ̀n ìròyìn ó ní kì í kúrò lọ́kàn o.
After surviving a traumatic event, many people have PTSD. Have you ever heard of PTSD?
Tí àwọn ènìyàn bá ti borí ìdààmú ọkàn yìí tán, ìbínú, ìdoríkodò àti ìdálẹ́bi ọkàn.
Okay. How many of you guys know people that left the church? Upset, angry, mad at the pastor?
Ẹ̀yọ́ mélòó ló wà lọ́wọ́ tí pé àwọn tata tí bínú fi ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì lẹ̀
Right.
nítorí pé ló bá tọ̀bí wọn.
Okay.
Even they went to start their own.
Now knowing what you know, yes.
Ṣé jẹ́ kí n máa hàn kẹ́tẹ́ nù?
Hold on. They leave and start their own, right? Because they've been hurt. Usually, sometimes.
Wọ́n ti sẹ̀ wọ́n.
Leave and start their own church because they've been hurt.
They went and start their own church.
Correct. And when you leave in that manner and you start in that manner, you then begin to bleed on the next set of people.
Alright. Tí ẹ bá wá kúrò pẹ̀lú irú èrò báyìí, tẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ nǹkan mi pẹ̀lú irú èrò báyìí, ẹ wà máa tú ìbínú yín sórí àwọn tó kàn.
For instance, we often hear people say, I don't want to hear anything about God.
Àmọ́ pátá ẹ̀ lọ sọ fún mi ìfẹ́ pọ̀ nǹkan pa ẹ̀ mọ́.
Or people become Muslims,
Tàbí ká tiẹ̀ padà bí Mùsùlùmí.
right?
Yeah.
Right, okay. That's because trauma somewhere in their life. Oh, go ahead. Trauma somewhere in their life started.
Tó fi hàn pé ìdààmú ọkàn yìí níbì kan nínú ayé wa.
Most of us are in the church because we are seeking for love.
Ọ̀pọ̀ wa láwa lóòjọ́ torí pé à ń wá ìfẹ́.
Yes.
Right? That's number one.
Nǹkan àkọ́kọ́ tó gbé wa lẹ́nu ìjọba.
Somewhere we have been rejected.
Lọ́pọ̀ ọgbà àti
Bye.
sáwàtì.
Family,
Bóyá láti mọ ẹbí gan.
friends,
Ọ̀rẹ́ ti sáwàtì.
even our community.
Tàbí àwùjọ tá à ń gbé gan.
We serve because we love the Lord.
Màá ń sìn torí pé a fẹ́ràn Olúwa.
Some pastors, but none of y'all here,
Ọ̀pọ̀ àwọn oníwàásù
take advantage of that.
wọ́n wá máa lo àǹfààní èyí.
They get fearful. Pastors get fearful.
Wọ́n jẹ́ olóòótọ́, wọ́n jẹ́ ẹni tẹ́